What is good, YouTube? It is your boy, Big Cool, coming to you from Colossal Sports TV. And I am back with a breakdown prediction video of today's heavyweight showdown between former WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker taking on Dillian Whyte. I know this is late. I was moving, been busy with work, but nonetheless, I'm here to give y'all a quick breakdown prediction video. Before I get into it, go ahead and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that post notification bell button to be notified every time I upload content. Also, head over to Instagram, follow me there at Colossal underscore sports TV. Now let's get into this video. This is a 50-50 fight, by all accounts. It's seemingly that's what it's gonna start off as. Let's look at Dillian Whyte first, the challenger, or I'm not gonna say challenger because nobody's a champion in this fight, but let's start with him, the hometown guy. He's called the body snatcher. He's 6'4". He's very awkward, but he does something that's a rarity in terms of the heavyweight division. He goes to the body. That's how he got his name, Body Snatcher. The only other guy that I know that goes to the body is Anthony Joshua, but he doesn't go to the body nearly as much and is nearly as effective as Dillian Whyte is. Dillian Whyte is coming off of a 6-round one-punch KO over Lucas Brown in a one-sided fight back in May, where he just beat his ass from the beginning all the way up until that one-punch left hook that put Lucas Brown ass to sleep. Now, he is a very good fighter that possesses power in both hands. The left hook, in my opinion, is his best punch, but you can't sleep on the right hand either. He has stamina issues. If you go back to his fight with Anthony Joshua, the stamina issues, the balance, just the uncoordination reared his ugly head. And he also got out of, the game plan. He had Joshua badly hurt, and instead of going in there intelligently, pacing himself, setting up his shots, he went in there, punched himself out, and later on eventually got knocked out, I believe, in the 7th round. For him to be successful, he's going to have to use that jab, work his way in. He's the taller guy by an inch, I believe, over Joseph Parker. So he's going to have to, of course, establish that jab. He's going to have to do body work because Joseph Parker isn't a big puncher, but he's a mover. He showed in his fight with Joshua that he can get on his bicycle. He can box from the outside, and he's hard to really hit. So Dillian Whyte is going to really have to live up to the name of body snatcher in this fight. He's going to have to snatch the fight, the will to want to move for Joseph Parker to make him a stationary target so he can tee off with those big punches. He's also going to have to fight a controlled fight at a controlled pace. He cannot get overzealous. He cannot allow himself to be taken out of the game plan. He's going to have to stay mentally focused, mentally sharp, and mentally prepared for anything that's thrown his way. Now let's look at Joseph Parker, who in my opinion performed well in a clear loss to Anthony Joshua in their unification bout back in March, but was criticized because people said he didn't come to fight. I felt otherwise. You got to look at everything. Joshua was 6'6", known for his power, solid jab. He's just a physical specimen, and you got to always take precaution, especially in a potential legacy-defining fight. You got to be able to work your way into things. And while he had some success going to the body and landing some nice powerful shots that seemingly rocked Joshua a little bit, he wasn't active enough. He didn't let his hands go enough, and that was the downside, or the downfall to why he didn't get the decision. But like I said earlier in the video, what he lacks in power, he makes up with his jab, his athleticism, and his movement. He has one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division. Also, he's not a soft puncher. I mean, he can knock you out. And the punch that I'm looking for to do damage, if it's a punch at all, will be his right hand. That is his best power punch, in my opinion. He throws it with a lot of conviction. He sits down on it, and he gets a lot of leverage on it. So that could be a punch that causes Dillian Whyte some problems later on today. But I expect him to be jabbing and moving, in and out, trying to fire off combinations and make Dillian Whyte swing and miss and exert any more, even more energy. Because you all know when you swing and miss, that takes a whole lot of energy out of you. And like I said, Dillian Whyte can get too happy, too overzealous, and kind of just let his hands go when he feel like he may got you hurt or he sense he landed a nice shot. So, he's going to have to exploit that weakness of Dillian Whyte while letting his hands go. His punch output is going to have to be way higher than it was against Joshua. This would be his third straight fight in the UK. First fight was with Hughie Fury, where he won an ugly born ass decision to defend his title. Second fight I just mentioned was the unification bout between himself and Anthony Joshua, where he lost a unanimous decision. Now, he's going to have to really increase that punch output and let his hands go, fire off combinations, be effective with his shots, show ring generalship, show the proper foot placement and foot movement, and keep Dillian Whyte out of, range to land off his right and left hook in those body shots. With all that being said, man, while a lot of people are picking Whyte to win and probably win by knockout, which is a possibility, I'm not saying that's not the case at all, or he can win a decision, because I think this is a 50-50 fight. But once the fight gets into the 6th round, 7th round, I believe the tide is going to turn in the favor of Joseph Parker, who is going to start to really fire off combinations at a faster pace, and he's going to be connecting at an easier pace because the stamina is going to kick in. The stamina issue is going to kick in for Dillian Whyte, and I see that Parker potentially could get a stoppage, but I'm going to bank on him getting a close, controversial split decision where he probably deserves a wider score. But being that he's on foreign soil, it'll be closer than it probably should be. But I think it will be an excellent fight. The first 4 to 6 rounds, both guys are going to have their moments. And hell, Whyte could drop him, could stop him. But I'm going with Joseph Parker, the guy that's more defined. He's a much more smooth operator, a little more technical, a little more fundamental. And I think that with the jab in his movement is gonna be key in terms of setting everything up. And then once that is set, then the punch output is gonna be there in this fight. So I'm going with Joseph Parker by a close split decision. Leave your comments in the comment section down below, giving me your take on this fight. Who do you got, Dillian Whyte, Joseph Parker, and why? Remember to share these videos on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all social media platforms that you use. Shout out to everybody in the movement that is moving with us. Also, check out 3kingsboxing.com for your latest and greatest updated, unfiltered, and unbiased boxing news, reported the way it should be. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.